first of all, let me just say that I really hope that Tua Tagovailoa is going to be okay. But I need to get something off my chest. As a person who has suffered with multiple concussions in their life, watching what happened tonight on Thursday Night Football was one of the most disgusting, infuriating things I think I've ever witnessed on a football field. Last week, Tua got hurt. And when he came up from the play, he tried to get onto his feet and start walking. Instead, he stumbled. Instead, he was falling, incoherent, disoriented. They kept him in the game. A couple days later, when the injury report comes out, they classify that Tua doesn't have a concussion. He has back issues, ankle issues. Now, could he have some? Yeah. It looked like it when he was trying to make those deep throws. He was holding onto his back. But they didn't say he had a concussion. I wonder why. Tonight, he had his second concussion in 4 days. And now, his season is on the line. His career, potentially, is on the line. 2 concussions in 4 days. This one seems to be a pretty bad traumatic brain injury, or TBI, as it's called. Watching him stiffen up on that football field was one of the most horrifying things I have seen happen in football. Now, football is a contact sport. You're going to get hit. You're going to get injured. People equate it to a car crash. You're getting into a car crash every week. But you usually only see stuff like that happen in stuff like UFC or boxing, where you're hitting for the head. You're trying to knock out your opponent. The NFL told us they're trying to, help players not get concussions anymore. They're trying to limit the amount of concussions and the amount of TBIs that players get. Tua's gotten 2 in 4 days. How the hell do you even let that happen? As a team, as an organization, that's your franchise quarterback. That's your 5th overall pick. I believe it's the 5th overall pick in the 2020 draft. That's your cornerstone, your franchise cornerstone. And if the medical staff couldn't say that he had a concussion after last game, then they're incompetent. They're incompetent. Because everybody, even doctors, other doctors, even people who weren't doctors, I'm not a doctor, and I couldn't even tell that he had a concussion last week. I could tell. This is this guy's second traumatic brain injury in a week. Within a week. Do you know how bad his life could be if this is more serious? His life could be forever changed after this. I'm just letting you guys know. I don't want to be like a doom and gloom guy, but his life could be changed. His career might be over if this is serious enough. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And then I have to say, of course, Amazon I don't understand why they had to show the same injury and how his fingers were crumpled up like that multiple times. We didn't need to see it. Once was enough. Once or twice was enough. I understand they wanted to show what happened, but that was excessive. But I can't get out of my head. I understand I might be going on a rant, which is probably what it is. But I am just so incredibly upset at the way with how the Dolphins handle it. The NFLPA said they were investigating last week's incident. So, like, their last week's concussion. They were investigating it. And for the fact that the Miami Dolphins potentially knew that Tua Tagovailoa had a concussion and put him out there in harm's way to where he could have another concussion and it could ruin his career, ruin his season, ruin his life. And they put him out there. They didn't say he had a concussion. To where everybody knew last week he had a concussion. He got a concussion. There's no doubt in my mind that when he got up there and he was stumbling around, there's no doubt in my mind that he had a concussion. And now, there's word coming out that he was moving his extremities. He was conscious when they took him to the hospital. I'm glad that happened. But I pray and I hope that when the tests come back on Tua's brain, there's not any significant damage. I hope it's not as bad of a concussion as I think it is or as it could be. I'm upset. And I'm frankly appalled at what the Dolphins have done. This is a franchise quarterback. This is the guy they think they're supposed to take him 10 to 15 years to carry the franchise. And they put him out in a position to where he can get more seriously injured than when he already was. He should not have played this game. Everybody said Tua should not be playing. After what everybody witnessed. Nobody knew why Tua was playing this game. Shame on the Dolphins. Shame on you. And shame on the Amazon producers who kept zooming in on Tua as he was down on the ground.